Welcome, boys. It's
We
been a little while.
It's been a long while. A lot has happened.
A lot has happened,
A
bro.
lot has happened in America, boys.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the results of the election, as well as the election night?
Man, I was off.
Well.
I was so far off, bro.
Dude, it's crazy because like if you added up everyone who voted against Trump, like Jill Stein, all of them, Kamala,
Yeah,
she was still like fucking 4 million short. It's insane.
bro.
Yeah.
Who would have? Who's lying? Who said they were voting for Kamala and started voting for Trump?
Americans just overwhelmingly voted for Trump, bro.
Dog.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I voted for Jill Stein because
I feel that.
because I hate them both, and with the Gaza thing, I just couldn't bring myself to vote for her. Although I didn't want Trump in there, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't feel so bad because even if I added up my vote, it still
didn't matter.
Still didn't fucking
matter.
matter, dude.
I feel that. I feel like a lot of people. I feel like Kamala just got like a bad end of the stick, bro. Like it was looking back at it, it was sort of not an impossible feat, but it was gonna be tough.
He should have bounced way earlier, dude.
Yeah,
Like Biden gave
letting
her like
Biden
4
do
months.
the first debate, huge mistake.
Yeah,
That was horrible.
I think also, man, she wasn't the greatest candidate.
no.
They rushed it, and also the campaign didn't do a good job of like explaining actual issues to people. It kind of just said Trump has did this, Trump has did that, but it didn't actually go into saying this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
This is the state of the economy. I know groceries are more expensive over the past 4 years. That's because of all the inflation from all the money printing that was done in 2020 because of COVID.
yeah.
And supply chains have normalized now, so we don't expect prices to increase further.
They were like, the economy was so much better when Trump was president. I was like, bitch, y'all just don't understand what was happening.
Dude, were we not all living on the same planet? Did we not
They
all?
were people were getting checks and not working and thought everything was fine.
And they thought the checks would be endless. They thought Trump would be like, more and another one. Give him one more.
It was insane.
No, but it's
bro.
crazy to me how people compare the two economies because they're so vastly like this is something that hasn't happened in who knows how long,
Yeah.
decades, centuries, where like a virus like that disrupts everything.
And some of the inflation is because of that motherfucker. It's
True.
because of what he was doing, like letting the COVID shit rock for a long ass time and not putting enough precaution in before anything happened.
Yeah. And then they didn't roll out the vaccines fast enough.
Yeah,
and then he's
bro.
putting it in people's heads that there's 5G in the fucking vaccine, so people didn't even want to get them.
Dog.
You think if Trump would have been like, the vaccines are good, guys, you think that everyone would have been more on board? Like, you think it would have been
I think
an extreme minority
Initially,
that
he was very pro-vaccine.
He
because it was his name all over it, and he was like helping develop it. So he was like, take it, blah, blah, blah. But eventually, I feel like he's kind of distanced himself from it.
Yeah.
I don't even hear him talk about it anymore, honestly.
Not at all.
The people talking about it are like people on the right, but he doesn't really talk about it. All he talks about now are tariffs, which I think is like one of the most dangerous things you can do to our economy right now because it's in like a delicate place.
Yeah.
And I think a majority of Americans don't understand how tariffs work.
Yeah.
Because Trump says it's okay, China pays it. That's not necessarily true. The company that is importing
making
stuff
it.
from China is going to pay it.
Yeah.
And what do you think they're going to do to basically offset that profit margin decrease? They're going to increase the prices to the consumers, who are us. So everything
those costs on to us, yeah.
yeah, everything from like computer chips and like video game consoles to fucking chairs. I mean, everything we buy from China, literally. And also everything that's made in China, like the small parts for like machinery and shit. Everything is going to go up in price because of these tariffs. And the argument that people have against it is they say it'll encourage American companies to build here and manufacture here, but it's not necessarily that simple. Do you think out of the goodness of their heart that American companies are going to say, you know what, let me spend $20 billion to build a factory here and manufacture here? No.
Yeah,
When have American
not.
companies ever decided to eat the cost and do something for the good of America? Never.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it a bean. Hearing the words "I'm gonna build a factory" while you're also trying to like get rid of the immigrants sounds kind of wild to me.
Yeah, they think that the American people are going to rise up to the occasion and start working factory jobs. And then,
No.
like you said, they think that businesses, out of the goodness of their heart, are going to do some super capital-intensive shit and fucking bring factories over here. Like, it's not going to happen.
It's not, bro.
And then all the other things that... Oh, shit. Anyways, yeah, it's not going to fucking happen. Fell way down there. Yeah, it's stupid, man. We need that. And what's going to happen? We're going to buy from, like, India. We're going to buy from other places anyways, but... And China's just going to sell through them.
yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I just want to know, how do y'all think Kamala did a good job like connecting with whatever her base would be?
No,
No,
I feel
not
like
at all.
she flip-flopped on too many issues, I
Yeah.
feel like. And people weren't really clear on who she was, what her policy was. Say what you want about Trump, but he's very.
You know what he is.
You know exactly what he is, what he stands for. He's never really like changed that. He's always been like, I'm against the status quo, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
that's always been his thing. Like, I'm gonna make the economy better. I'm a businessman. The lies that he likes to spread.
Yeah,
those are the kind of things that he stands for. But Kamala, people don't really know because she would always flip flop on these issues.
Yeah,
right. So it's like,
and she couldn't really distance herself from like Biden.
Yeah,
like she couldn't be like, I wasn't fucking with Biden because we have a whole report of you like fucking with him for the last 4 years. So it's kind of like, you were there, bitch.
Yeah.
You were signing off on some of the shit, even though it didn't work out.
She was just in the shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were asking, where the fuck was she?
Yeah.
She wasn't doing shit.
Yeah, and then somehow she got put up for fucking...
Yeah, bro. Like, why didn't they do a fucking proper, like, primary? Like, why didn't they have actual candidates come in and run? Like, I feel like there could have been a better other option.
They didn't have time, so they were just like, fuck it, just put her in there.
Just throw her in there.
Yeah, she's black, she's Indian, she's a woman. Let's
Just-
fucking hope for the best.
Bro, just horrible planning.
Apparently,
bro.
they spent more than $1 billion, bro. Versus
She
like,
raised like a bill. She raised like half a bill.
She raised a
crazy.
lot of money.
That campaign cost like $1 billion. Trump's cost less than $200 million, and he still won.
Yeah.
By it, like not like slightly. He won in a landslide.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
which is
established already as a
Insane.
And
a silly boy.
I was making fun of it, but the last 4 years, that motherfucker has been going city to city talking to his people.
He has
He has not stopped. So,
been selling merch. It's
these people are not just like voting for him. They are like fans of him.
Yeah,
like
dude.
they love him.
they're like they truly are like he's the chosen one, dude. Like this is the guy. Like God sent this man to save us all. Like this is it.
Which is so crazy.
Yeah, this is our angel.
It's crazy that anyone can think a fucking politician is their savior.
Yeah.
I can't think anybody that's raped somebody is my savior.
That's insane, man. We're living wild times. I mean, I don't know what to expect over the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm optimistic because I don't want shit to go badly because then we'd all be fucked over, right?
Yeah.
I want things to go well. I want Trump to do well because then if he does, then we do well.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny if he did great?
That'd be
But
good for all of us.
This whole tariff thing for sure is not going to have a good outcome. Like
No.
100% it's not going to have a good
That's
outcome.
a fucking disaster. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen there. I don't know what they're going to do with the immigrant thing. They're saying they want to do like workplace raids and they want to like deport
Yo, that's
Yeah, the
crazy.
birthright,
10
the
million
citizen.
people. They want to cease birthright citizenship. There's
Yeah.
like a lot of shit to do, but that shit costs money to do. So what are they going to do? Like they're going to just increase the deficit even more by
Yes.
borrowing to get rid of immigrants. And then like, for instance, like all the labor that immigrants do. Like I would say that the labor they do, particularly for like building houses,
Yeah.
that's pretty like high skilled labor. You can't necessarily pluck some random American off the street and teach them how to do that very easily. It takes time to be able to learn how to do that and to do it properly. And also, it's going to be much more expensive to pay an American to do it, right? And ideally, Americans should be paid more to do it, right? Because, I mean, we're here and we should have the basic rights of getting, like health care and all that stuff. Everybody should be able to have that. But do you think the businesses are going to willingly want to do that?
No, we've been taking
Fuck
advantage
no,
of the fact
man.
that they're offering us cheap labor for this, like you said, this highly skilled job. And so now when they're going to have to pay Americans more, everything is going to be more expensive.
Yeah, they'll just raise the cost of the house. They're going to be like,
It's-
all right, if you guys want Americans to build a shittier house for you, I'm just going to raise the price by $50,000.
It's like people think they're just going to fire all the immigrants and be like, all right, let's replace them all with white folks. And we're all
You'll
set.
get your job back.
Yeah, and look at that. You got your job back.
Even like
It's not
food,
how it's
right?
gonna
Like
work.
think about like
Agriculture,
all
yeah.
all the people who pick like strawberries and all that, all the crops
Mm-hmm.
and everything. All the people who do that type of work. They're going to be gone. So, okay, we pay Americans. What happens now? The price of your food goes up significantly.
Yeah.
How can we pay for that if wages have not commensurately increased?
Yeah.
Immigrants everywhere, dude. In factory jobs, in the warehouses, in fucking restaurants. There's immigrants everywhere.
Can I say that?
Owning small businesses.
I think it was a smart. This is what I call a smart long-term play by the Republicans to like ship out the migrants to like specific cities because they were choosing places that were like the infrastructure of New York cannot support millions of just random migrants on the street.
Oh, so people are gonna. But
So the people that live there are going to be like, "Yo, we have a problem," and then
Yeah.
the city's not going to do shit because they're like, "We don't know what the fuck to do with them." So now people are like, "I'm going to vote for Trump because Trump going to get rid of them,"
Yeah,
and it just kind of like feeds itself.
it's crazy.
They knew how to paint the narrative.
And he got.
Man, they did a good.
They took
man,
advantage
they,
of misinformed and uneducated
He
voters.
cleaned
They
house,
cooked.
man. He cooked.
They cooked, bro.
Yeah, he put his
them
apron on.
motherfuckers clean sweep.
Yeah.
And I hope they go off the next 4 years. I
They
hope
fucking
they
better, dude.
bro.
Because if they don't, anyone who has a fucking MAGA hat on is gonna look like an absolute
Stupid.
fool, dude.
Yeah, man.
Stupid,
Yeah.
bro.
Especially because they have control of everything now. So they have control of both the House and the Senate.
Yeah.
They basically have control of the Supreme Court, even though it's supposed to be non-biased. Those
Nah, that's just
those
over.
judges, they fucking suck Trump's dick. And then they have the executive branch. So they have every single branch of power.
Yeah.
Trump can do literally whatever he wants.
Whatever.
I want to see him
At
do
least for
some shit like get us out of these fucking wars.
Yeah, you better
Fucking-
go off, bro.
Come on, man. Like, help the homeless people. Like do everything.
Help
you said.
the homeless people.
He said he was gonna do that recently. So
He lied out his ass.
do everything you say you're gonna fucking
Help
do. Come on,
the
man.
homeless people. He said he's gonna help the homeless.
Man,
people.
Yeah.
remember when he said he's going to help
he's-
veterans learn how to code? Where the fuck they at? What happened?
Get him off the street. I like to stick my dick in peanut butter. It's like that's what you're gonna get in the office. Okay, but we need to teach you about Python.
Teach you Python.
Yeah, no, this is.
Bro, we got to teach you about JSON, bro. Shut up.
I saw that though. They want to build the tent cities or whatever. Like they want to get them all out of there and put them in the.
I don't know necessarily what they're
Designated-
going to do, but
Who's gonna pay for it?
they're gonna.
We are.
It's gonna get to
They're
that.
gonna-
It's gonna
yeah,
get to
the
that
budget,
point,
man.
and they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, it's an obstacle we can't overcome. we're gonna have to leave them where they are." Yeah, Trump, he better fucking go off, dude, because it's crunch time right now.
Real
for
life,
him.
I wonder, like, who really, for the people that voted for Trump, I want to know if they remember what life was like 5 years ago.
It was smooth
Like,
sailing, kind of.
It was insane. Like, even before COVID happened, shit was happening every day to the point where it was like, yo, we about to have, like, a whole war.
like
like,
civil
within our-
war, like civil
Yeah.
unrest. Yeah, it was
Bro,
very
all
divided.
the protests and all the riots and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Shit was crazy.
No, I mean they're doing wild shit like showing up outside the Anne Frank fucking museum with Nazi flags and stuff. Like,
That's great.
motherfuckers are feeling very bold and dude. I mean, we know a couple, unfortunately, who've been poisoned. But but when he won, man, people started going off.
Crazy.
People I would not have expected on Instagram. Where I'm like, whoa, dude, like.
I was like, I didn't know you liked this man that
yeah,
much.
so many people we went to school with. I was like, and,
And
they're
I know
all
you have a
Hispanic.
boyfriend. I've seen you post Trump more than your boyfriend.
Oh, girls? You saw?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen girls that we went to high school literally saying that like this guy is Jesus. Like
them Latinos for Trump. They ride hard.
bro,
Crazy.
the
They ride
Hispanics
hard.
rode hard. The Hispanics increased dramatically, and white women and men both increased dramatically also.
Yeah. Man, that shit is nuts, bro.
Hispanics rode for him. Cubans rode for him out there in Florida. They took care of him out there.
Bro, they said Muslims voted for him.
Yeah,
Some did.
in Michigan.
Man had a Muslim ban.
Yeah.
He's literally said he wants to demolish Palestine, pretty much.
And what did
It
he
was
say?
like-
He said, and we're going to completely get out of Israel's way is what he just said. He said, we're not going to stop the flow of him. But well, he said that any restrictions that Biden had that he's going to lift, there are no restrictions already.
There were none, bro. He
So-
said, I want them to finish the job.
If he said that they can start
What?
building the settlement. He wants to pull out of Ukraine, but he doesn't want to stop arming Israel. So that's going to keep happening.
Bro.
Ukraine, though, I think that one he's going to pull out of.
I don't know why they're sucking the teat of Israel so hard, man.
It's too hard.
I don't know, yeah.
Because think about it. If he were to
Well,
really,
I know.
If any candidate comes out and says, I support Palestine, you lose. You don't even get to primary.
Immediately.
It's crazy, yeah.
You get laughed off the fucking stage.
That's
'Cause-
why do you think Kamala never openly said, I support it? But she also
Exactly.
never said, like, you know, I don't support it. She would always just say, I stand with the people of Israel, but I also want to reduce suffering. She took that middle of the road answer.
But it was always, the default was Israel. They'd always be
Yeah.
like, yeah, Israel is, these are our guys, but we'll try to get them to stop as
Yeah.
much as we can. And they don't stop, they don't try at all.
And I'm not with the whole like Jewish people run the world thing. I don't believe in that shit. But the motherfuckers they got some spanky. They got some money.
They rule
And
part
I'll-
of it. They rule a good part of it.
Yeah, they got a good they really good part. They got a chunk.
They set themselves in good places. They put themselves in media.
Yeah.
They put themselves in a lot of powerful
So I
places.
just think you would
Tech.
lose hella funding.
Yeah.
Like if you were to be like, oh, back Palestine, they'd be like, bitch, get your ass off the
No,
stage.
dude. Yeah, Zuckerberg. all
You are
the-
off every ballot.
Elon Musk, these
I
big
also-
people.
Yeah,
they-
I think those are the people that really got Trump elected. Those
Man.
those are the ones who got control the media because they were like, listen, the next 4 years Trump is going to make us a shitload of money.
Yeah.
Let's fucking get him in office. Because what was Kamala going to do? She was going to like cut price gouging on groceries and shit like that.
Yeah.
Those companies, they don't want that because then their profit margins go down.
Yeah.
Right? So they're just like, fuck that. Like, why would I want that? Like, I want somebody who's going to increase the tax cuts, like what Trump's trying to do. Increase tax cuts for both the rich and poor. Supposedly, right?
Yeah.
For the poor, supposedly.
Yeah.
But he's going to reduce the corporate tax rate, which is going to benefit companies. So they're just like, let's get this fucking guy back in here. He's
Man.
going to make us some money.
Yeah.
That shit's wild, bro.
No, this shit is crazy, dude. But now here we are. This
Does
is what you
Elon-
guys voted for.
This is what you guys
Hey, let's
for the
see.
next 4 years. This is exactly what y'all wanted, bro.
It's an
Y'all
experiment,
won.
man.
And watch him get right out of there as soon as shit starts hitting the fan about like all these policies that he could implement.
Can he only do 4 years or can he do 8 again?
No, he can only do 4, but if he were to change the law, which he could with all the fucking people that he has on his side now.
Clarence Thomas gonna be like, I don't know about the Constitution. I never really liked it anyways.
We could have a Nick Offerman situation. We might have a Civil War situation where we got to go grab him and get him out and say, knock it off.
Nick Offerman situation.
Knock it off. We're all fighting each other.
Oh, my God.
No, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, you're right, Gio. Shit was super duper divided. By the end of his
shit was
presidency,
wild.
like by the time it was the next elections after he had won,
Yeah.
people were furious.
People were exhausted.
Yeah.
I remember people were like, bro, can we just have some normal shit? And as our president, bro, like a normal guy.
And that's when the economy was just going fine. When everything was
Yeah.
just normal. So now we're going to have a shitty economy, all these policies that are going to affect all of us, plus the additive of the whole, Civil War, the whole just differences in opinions on like moral opinions.
Bruh.
God, man.
That's
I
crazy.
hope not. I mean, I just feel like this thing has also brought out like the worst in people.
Yeah.
From both sides. It's just brought out the,
Oh
the
my
worst
God,
of people, bro.
The Democrats are wilding right now.
They're
They're like,
freaking
when everything
out,
is
bro.
burning down, when blah, 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 just remember that's who you voted for.
I'm just like, is that what you guys want? Like, can we not? Like, can we not have fucking chaos? Like,
Because we're kind of saying that, but we're taking the stance of like optimism. They're taking the stance of like, this is it, guys. Like, this is the beginning of
I
the
want
shit.
it to burn down.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
chill out, bro.
Yeah,
Can
it's
we
like
not have
they
that?
get some
Yeah.
sort of satisfaction of being like, look at that. Didn't I tell you? He's wrong.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
they also are like, maybe we do need to count the votes again because they did say there were millions of votes missing.
Oh, bro,
I'm like,
get
did.
out
bro,
of here. That
the
bitch
motherfucker
lost,
won, bro.
man.
He won.
Yeah, come on.
I'm sorry,
bro.
nobody wanted Kamala.
Yeah, they
I
did
was
it.
wrong.
Real, man.
I said she was gonna win by 10 points. It was the other way.
And then any key like demographics that they had, they just didn't appeal to them at all.
Not at all.
They were just, I don't know what they were doing. They were trying to appeal to everybody. Like, it's like you said, they had no clear stance. So they're just like, both of these things are right. And they completely lost everyone to be like,
That's the issue with the Democratic Party in general.
Yeah.
They don't really have like a straight stance or nothing. They're like, well, we let everything slide.
They've alienated also the working class to the point where like the working class now is like, I'm gonna go with Trump because he's gonna make us more money or whatever.
And he ain't.
They think in very simplistic terms, and the Democrats can't identify enough to explain things to them
yeah.
to be able to get them on their side.
If I hear one more fucking time that gas is going to be cheap, bro, I don't give a fuck about the damn gas.
Gas
I
is already cheap. It's the cheapest it's been in a long time because
I
we're
know.
producing-
$2.
We're the largest oil exporter in the world right
no
now.
one's happy about it.
no one says shit.
You go to the gas station, it's $2.70. Are y'all not happy? This is what you wanted a year and a half ago.
bro. Yo, you would have died for this shit. Remember,
Yeah.
it was like almost $4 at one
Oh, if it was
point.
Trump, dude, they were putting stickers everywhere. You remember that? They were putting stickers all over the fucking gas tank after the pumps. Dude, this is crazy. We are truly.
People do not remember what was happening, bro.
We're gonna have a. We're gonna have a Tony Stark Captain America situation. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to take him down. And everyone they keep talking about that they're gonna run like John Fetterman and fucking.
That guy's gonna run for no, please don't.
For Democrats, they were talking about who they're eyeing. Who
that
they're
guy
eyeing.
can't even talk. He had like a stroke like a year ago.
The
bro.
guy's
I
a
don't-
fucking ghoul, bro.
If they
He's a
try-
Frankenstein.
They can't put no stroked out dude up
guy's
to
a
run
ghoul.
for president.
This guy's
bro.
a fucking ghoul,
Get
bro.
out
He's a
of
butt
here,
munch,
bro.
and you want him in the
my
fucking
God.
and you want him in the
Bro, they need somebody sharp and who can explain shit very easily to uneducated people. That's what I think they need for the next.
How we feel
Stanley.
about AOC?
I think she's too radical. She's gonna scare people.
Radical?
Yeah.
You need somebody more middle of the line than AOC. I think she's gonna scare the shit out of people.
I think you got. If I'm a Democrat, bro, I think you got to go more radical. Like we got to start doing they
Radical.
shit.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna win nothing if we keep doing this straight down the line bullshit. Like you got to say, nah, fuck them motherfuckers over there. We gonna bomb they shit. Now I'm talking about the white people.
Wait, what do you mean? The Democrats?
Yeah, like we can't do like the normal shit and it's over.
Oh, like the being PC about everything.
Yes,
you
bro,
got to
we
take a
need-
stance.
We need straight stances.
But the problem is the stances they have are not like meaningful. They're just not meaningful enough. You know,
Well,
it's
you
like
got to try it.
gay rights and stuff like that. But then somehow the other side feels so strongly about like we need Christianity back in schools, we need abortion ban, this and that they fucking elect motherfuckers because of it. Like,
Yeah.
how do you appeal to this demographic?
It's because the progressive base it's too much shit.
Yeah.
It's just too many variables. Whereas the base over there, bro, they have their set standards and they like, yo, we want this, this, and this. And that
Yeah.
motherfucker will do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
What do we need? We need raise minimum wage. We need
We need a better government. We need to get out of them wars over
Yeah.
there so they can put the money back in us. They ain't gonna put the money back in you, bro.
They're
Bro,
not
better
gonna- yeah.
health care, all that kind of stuff, man. But I don't know if they're never gonna do
If
it.
you a
bro. There's
veteran
never-
dog, you're fucked.
There's never a vested interest from the companies who are in the United States to ever allow those things to happen here.
Yeah.
Like
We're too greedy.
universal health care. Like, that shit's never going to happen because the companies that actually run the government are going to say, no.
Yeah.
This politician that I gave millions of dollars to, I'm going to call you on the phone. I'm going to tell you, hey, you better vote fucking no against that healthcare bill, motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
And they're going to say, okay, I'm sorry.
I'm
Boom.
charging $1,000 for this fucking medicine.
Yeah.
you better scramble it up.
You better do some shit, bro.
You better figure something out. Yeah, it's this capitalistic system, bro. It's
It all
like
comes down to the
every year-
corporations, bro.
Yeah, it all comes down to the corporations. The corporations are in everyone's pocket. Like, that's how they control everything, and they're never gonna want to not like grow. You know what I mean? Like every year after year, they want revenue growth. They want this and that. They want to scale up. There's never gonna be a point where they're like, okay, this is good. Let's ride it out for a few years.
No, there's
and
always
let's start investing in good things around us. You know?
incessant profit growth
Yeah.
and revenue. It just has to keep happening and happening and happening.
Yeah.
And it's like it can only happen so much at the expense of our people. You
Yeah.
know?
At the end of the day, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just this greedy system, bro.
And
No
I will say it's not going to go away like soon because the base is getting younger.
Yeah.
Like the motherfucker was on the podcast tour for a reason. It wasn't like to just get some laughs and shit. No, that motherfucker was scouting. He was doing work, bro.
But
and Kamala was doing some bullshit.
What was she?
She was
even
at
doing?
home.
I think literally the only podcast she did was the Call Me Daddy, Call Her Daddy.
She did
whatever
call
the
her
fuck it's
daddy,
called.
and then she called into the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, like you can't you
Oh,
can't do that shit, man. You have to like go out and you have to really get like grassroots, like the shit that Trump did. You have to go and like onto these podcasts that people are listening to, have long conversations with people, not 45 minutes, not 1 hour. You need to talk to people for like 2 hours, 3
and
hours.
show them who you are, because
Yeah.
some people
Exactly.
still don't know who the fuck you are.
What if they just started explaining how the economy works, and they just started like an intro class to economy, and they started explaining why all these things could go wrong? And
It'll be
like,
too boring.
yeah, instead of just like these simple issues like gay rights and abortions and stuff like that.
It'd be too boring for them.
It'd
bro.
be too boring for them, but that's what they need to hear. That's what people need to hear, how the world actually works.
Nah, they don't want that shit, bro.
He thinks Trump's going to go in there and fucking sign the bill and be like, all right, interest rates are going down. Like,
It's not that simple.
it's just
at
not.
all.
It's not that simple at all, dude. They need to understand how this works and like why we are where we are now.
They don't give a fuck.
Who's at fault? You know what I mean? You're blaming the wrong people. You're like
They're looking
supporting
at it
companies
as-
that don't deserve.
We are participating in too many things internationally when nationally we're fucked up, and we should be paying attention to that stuff.
Yeah.
So their goal is to pull out all the funding from all that stuff, and then they think it's going to come over here.
And it's not.
And it's not, bitch. We in debt for a
And the
reason.
jobs are not going to go to you. You
They
know.
not.
Yeah, you go build a fucking house, bro. You go start laying down some fucking piping under the house. Go ahead.
I want to see you try it.
Let me see you try it. Go to community college for 2 years and learn how to do it. No, you
I
don't want
wanna
to do that either? Okay.
I want to see you learn how to level a house.
Yeah.
I want to see you learn how to do siding.
Yeah. Let me see you in the bulldozer. Let me see you driving the forklift at the warehouse for
Over the
fucking
next-
$18
over
an
the
hour.
next 3 years, all these new houses are gonna look all fucked up, bro.
Looks good to me.
Either that or they're gonna be super expensive because the high skilled labor that's still here is gonna like charge a shitload for their
It's gonna be
services.
that,
And these houses are already getting cheaper. The fucking materials they're using, they're trying to fucking cut costs wherever they
Bro,
can with these
they
houses,
already
as
getting
it is.
smaller and cheaper. The
Yeah.
bitches don't got no backyards, but they 4 stories high.
and jam next to each other. There's suburbs everywhere, bro.
I can hear my neighbor.
Anyone our age is buying houses in like suburbs, and like this
Pretty
is
much.
what they're all looking like,
Bro.
and this is what the future of the expansions that are going to go on in the future are going to be.
This shit is over.
So
This is
Chill
over.
out,
we're
Joe.
cooked, bro.
Maybe.
I'm
I
not.
hope we're
I'm not
not.
optimistic, but I'm not like nihilistic either, or like upset. I'm just like, man, this shit over.
Let's see what happens.
Man, fuck.
The
it.
way I
we
see it is,
gotta-
I'm a spectator along for a wild ride. I'm gonna
That's how I see it too.
for financially, I recommend those who are listening just save a shitload of money because you
Save,
never
bro.
know what's going to happen, what industries will be impacted by any policies.
I pulled out
Yeah,
my
it's just
401k already. I
save-
said, bitch, I don't even trust
So
that
Warren
shit.
Buffett, dude. Warren Buffett has like fucking $330
Stockpiling-
billion, yeah,
stockpiling cash.
in cash. He
Smart
took that
man.
shit out in cash. He said, "Fuck
Smart
that."
guy, bro.
He went to the bank. He said, "No, I want my $21 billion that I have with you guys. I need it in cash."
Give it to me now.
They're like, we're not gonna be able to get that for the next 10 years.
He's
I know,
either
bro.
he's either planning to buy something or buy a lot more of shit he already owns,
Yeah.
or he's anticipating some type of crash, and then he's gonna buy a shitload of stuff when everything crashes.
Yeah.
I think it's the latter.
He only knows.
Yeah,
No one
only
really
he
knows.
would know, bro.
that's because he's the demon who's telling Satan what to do.
Right.
That's because he's the link to us in the immortal world.
How does one man really get that rich? It's fucking nuts, bro. He is-
old money.
Old money,
that
bro.
they didn't squander at all. They
The
fucking
he
they
owns-
kept investing it properly.
He owns the trains.
Yeah.
He owns the railroads, bro.
Yeah, that motherfucker is.
He's invested in a shitload of companies and just held it for years and just made a shitload of money.
yeah.
Man. How do y'all feel about Elon Musk being on our Congress?
Bro,
He's
no,
such
he's
a
in the
fucking
cabinet.
dork, dude.
I don't want him anywhere near that shit, bro.
I'd like
I feel
to call him the F word, bro.
the guy's
In all honesty, I'd like to.
his attention's too split between a bunch of shit. I feel like he has like
But I
ADD.
won't.
The guy can't focus on like one thing for too long.
Yeah.
And he's like whispering in the ear of the president basically to benefit himself and those around him.
I forgot what he's exactly doing. What his role is.
He's running
I
the-
know it's called Doge.
Like a
The
continuous
Department-
improvement.
Department of Government Efficiency. So basically
Yeah.
they're going to go through and they're going to look
oh my god.
they're going to look at every federal government institution and they're going to fire a bunch of people. They're going to cut a bunch of jobs they deem are like not productive
Yeah.
or non-efficient. So a lot of government workers are going to get fired. They're going to like cut all types of stuff from different departments, like different
my
parts of
God,
departments.
bro.
and then
That's
what, they're
like-
going to give the power to
Ron
states
Swanson
and stuff?
type shit.
Either they're going to give the power to states or they're just going to completely cut the department altogether.
And
just
just
leave
whatever
people-
happens, happens.
Whatever happens, happens. Like they'll let
Crazy.
either private industry has to come in and fill the niche and charge people a fucking arm and a leg and do a shitty job.
Yeah.
Or it has to go back to the states if it's like something like education, right? Like they're going to cut the Department of Education. So if that happens, the states have to control everything. And
Countries like Mississippi are talking about, we need Christianity back in the fucking school, and they're like fucking 47th out of 50 in their
Bruh.
states. Like, in
You got
terms
other
of
things to
education,
worry about, big
you got
dog.
other things to worry about. Don't worry about the fucking Bible, bro. Go ahead and teach them some geometry. Like, what are we talking
Wild,
about?
man.
Yo, they think the guy that is destroying Twitter right now is going to fix the government efficiency.
It's crazy, bro. The guy who's fucking jumping up and doing the X sign with his belly hanging out,
oh my god,
built like a fucking fridge, bro. It's crazy, dude. What are we doing?
we live in
built
a
like an
weird
obese
reality,
cat.
man.
We live in a very weird
It's
reality.
so
RFK
strange.
Jr. and fucking
Bro.
in charge of the food and whatever.
The Food and Safety Administration.
What the fuck are we doing, dude?
The guy that
So
has brain
strange.
worms.
This is truly like if a kid from Twitch who like gets on Twitch often, like if he was like, all right, and choose who you want to be president,
Bro, next,
and fucking Logan Paul as a Department of Defense,
bro, in a few years or 10 years or so from now, I bet they're probably gonna run the Paul brothers, bro.
bro, they might. We
Jake
might have
Paul,
the
yeah.
Rocket. We might have Matthew McConaughey. This could be it's a clown show, dude.
This celebrity shit
This is
does
a
work
circus.
though. Like being a celebrity and then running for president, I think it does work.
People will vote for you, bro.
But you
It's
might not
been
go all the
proven.
way. Is the thing. You
It's
might.
been proven time and time again. Though, look at fucking Reagan. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger, Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People like overwhelmingly get voted in if they're celebrities because they're already known.
I think governor is a lot easier. President's gonna be tough.
Oh, yeah,
Like if
governor's
The Rock
a
wants
lot
to run
easier.
for like, if he wants to run for a governor, he has a much higher chance of pulling it off. Of
It-
course, you know
it depends on who
president's
it
a big
is.
deal, but
I think it'll be easier on the Republican side.
Yeah.
Republican, man, that shit is Wild West over there.
If-
Oh my God, after these 4 years, I don't know who they gonna choose.
bro, they're gonna be fighting amongst each other.
They're probably gonna.
No one
choose-
is happy about the situation.
I suspect it's gonna be that motherfucker JD Vance. He seems to me more evil than Trump.
that guy's
He's
a
a
demon,
slime
dude.
ball.
That guy's a true worm.
He seems legitimately evil. Just like
Yeah.
hearing him talk and he just seems so like bought and paid for by all kinds of companies, and he's going to do whatever they fucking say. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
yeah, it's crazy.
What's his wife? His wife is
She's an Indian chick.
she's Indian chick. Yeah, man, playing the long game.
Yeah,
That boy, JD, man, that's one of those people that was like born a politician.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
from a parody movie. Like,
Yeah, he's like a politician from a parody movie.
Like he was like
knows-
not class president. He was the school president or whatever.
valedictorian. I bet you some shit. He just knows
He
how to,
was-
he knows how to speak. He knows how to do all that type of shit.
Yeah.
He has the book about his life. He's like the quintessential like candidate.
crazy. Dude. And what did we also do? We didn't even talk about this. Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
The fuck, guys.
Texas is fucking
Abbott
Texas
too.
is
Last
cooked,
year.
man.
What the fuck are we doing? Like, do we not learn any lessons?
No.
I
we don't
think
learn anything. It's
Texas's
crazy.
specific problem is that not enough people vote. So not enough
Yeah.
people who are registered, not enough people who are eligible to vote in Texas, which causes people like Ted Cruz to keep winning senator and the people like Greg Abbott to keep winning governor.
Because those old fucking farts, they're gonna get their can of soup in their plastic bag and they're gonna make that trek all the way down
Oh, yeah,
to the
bro.
voting poll.
They'll get up. They get up in the buses and they get bussed out
Oh,
to the
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
community center to go
They
vote.
fund that shit, yeah. to
Bro,
go-
legit, as I was voting, a fucking retirement home van pulled up. I said, "Oh, this shit's over. This is
my
over.
vote just got canceled.
My vote is canceled."
I like Ted Cruz. I'm gonna vote for him again.
You're gonna be dead in 2 years. You old hag. You're ruining it for everybody. But then again, under Kamala, it just would have been. It just would have kept going the same way.
It
it's
would have
going
been the
now.
status quo would have been maintained
Yeah.
as far as I know.
It would have been
would've
some
been
sort of
this.
like normalcy.
Yeah.
I don't think she would have been able to do a lot of the things she wants to do because
Not at all.
Congress is all divided, which is like that's where everything comes down to. Like you need Congress to push it through.
Yeah.
You can do some shit via executive order, but you can't do much. Like you're pretty limited, right? But now Trump literally has support of everything.
Yeah.
Bro, clean sweep.
Yeah, and these
Motherfuckers
companies
went in there and they hit all Republican, the whole ballot.
and they didn't tell them that we had to pay for the tariffs. All these people are thinking that and now these companies are like, hey, listen, guys, there's no Christmas bonus. There's no raise this year because we got to buy a year's worth of inventory from China like yesterday.
I think one of the top
we're fucked.
one of the top Google searches in like the week or so following the election, if you go to Google Trends, was what are tariffs? Or something
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
Who pays for them?
Yeah, I think if you ask the average American, if you interview 100 of them and ask them what a tariff is and how it really works, there's probably going to be less than 10 that actually understand how it works, in my opinion.
Something about tea.
Something about tea.
It's something about tea. I
China
think.
pays for it.
Yeah.
That's what we did with the Boston Tea Party.
And
Got
also-
rid of the tariffs.
All these changes that Trump is trying to make, these are not changes that are going to have, if there is any positive impact from it, any sort of positive impact within the next couple of years. Like, this is something that by the end of his presidency, it'll just put us in a worse place. And if Democrats win, they'll just come in and change everything again, and we'll be like, what the fuck was that?
That's the problem with our system, man.
Yeah.
Like 4 years.
There's no
is-
longevity to that.
Yeah, 4 years is not like you can get the wheels moving if you have some Congress support and you can do some things. But by the time the next administration comes in, they inherit all the
issues,
all the problems as well as benefits of the
Yeah.
previous administration's policies.
Yeah.
So
And-
like Trump inherited Obama's economy, right?
Yeah.
Because Obama like helped take us out of the Great Recession and shit.
And he was dropping bombs on motherfuckers.
Dropping
He was
bombs,
straight bombs,
bailed out-
Obamacare, all
bailed out
that.
the banks and shit,
Yeah.
right? Helped kickstart the economy again. Trump inherited that. Boom. Trump fucking crashes the economy, prints a bunch of fucking money during COVID, gives it to Biden. Economy's taking a shit during Biden's first 2 years, starts recovering in the last 2 years. People are still scarred by the higher prices because wages haven't increased.
Yeah.
And now they think that Biden made the prices increase. So then they associate Biden with higher prices. They associate Trump with good economy, good prices, because it was before COVID.
And the COVID checks.
Yeah.
Them
so
COVID
the-
checks was good marketing.
Bro, those stimulus checks went a long way in some people's eyes, bro.
Man.
Some people are still thinking about them 4 years later.
For real. They're like, man, bring COVID back.
I ain't never got a check that big in my life.
Crazy.
And all I did was stay at home.
The $1,200 check.
When I was on
joke.
unemployment, I was getting $2,000 a week. Now under Biden, I'm getting $480.
Bro, people really think that's simplistically, man.
Yeah, and also that's why they want all these kids fucking stupid, dude. Legitimately, sometimes you see what they're like that Board of Education shit, and they want to cut all this funding for free.
Bro, this shit ain't got no funding as is.
It doesn't have funding as is. You're gonna kill these fucking some of these public schools, and I'm like, what?
God.
Like, truly, what would be the plan to that? That's like going to your public library and being like, we're breaking it down to make a gas station.
So
It's like,
what I think
where is the benefit?
what I think happens is public schools like they consolidate, so they become increasingly overwhelmed. So what happens is they start having like very large public schools that have classrooms of like 50, 60 kids. Some shit
You
like
think
that.
so? Yeah. And then private
Absolutely.
schools start booming. Yeah.
Private schools start booming, and anybody with like a decent amount of money, they only send their kid to private schools.
Yeah.
Because private schools are going to be better education, and I think there's going to be like at least in Texas they want to do like private school charters.
Yeah.
Where basically the taxpayers of Texas would fund like refunds, or would you say like stipends to people who are sending their kids to private school to help fund the private school.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be a disparity between the levels of education.
Yes,
It's gonna,
and-
to get a good education, you're going to have to pay money, or else your kid's just going to go to the
Absolutely.
shitty public school.
Yeah, there's going to be no like in between. You're either going to get the worst possible education, maybe not even any education, versus like the private school education.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then all the kids who get the private school education are going to be completely different than the ones who get like no education or the shitty public school education.
And that's how we end up like Hunger Games, guys.
Yeah.
And that's why the people from the private schools, they start growing up and they think they're superior because they are intellectually.
Because they are intellectually.
Because they actually are smarter
And
than
so they're
you.
going to be coding all the robots that you're going to have to be cleaning up. You're going to have to be
Oh
putting
my
oil
God,
in the
bro.
butt of. You're going to be walking around and polishing the robot shoes, and they're going to be fucking coding the robots what they're
This
doing.
shit is wild.
No, but it's going to, yeah, of course, it's going to cause like, classism and like differences in wealth. And
And there's already been, the divide has
Yeah.
already been going
just
on.
making it worse. It's
Man.
insane, man. And we're just, like in Houston, we have tons of access to so many things. You could figure it out, I guess, sort of, but
Yeah.
like in some of these shittier states and these shittier towns and stuff, it's like super impactful.
Bro, the South,
Yeah.
y'all are over.
Your
y'all
kids are
better,
fucked.
Y'all better start unionizing, brother.
You better start giving your kid $2.50 for lunch because he's done for.
He's done for.
He's
Free
never
lunch?
eating chicken tenders again.
Free lunch? Are you kidding me? That shit's gone. That
Gone,
shit's No
dude.
more school. What should get to a point where there's going to be no
What do you
more
mean
school
public school?
There's
No
gonna be
field
no
trip for the
school
next 4
lunch.
years.
Yeah, no school lunch, no field trips, nothing. When your kid comes to
Free.
school, they come to learn in a classroom full of 50 kids, and if they want to eat food, they have to bring their own food.
Exactly.
These textbooks are from 1997.
What
Science
do you
hasn't
mean?
changed that much. It's okay.
Field trip is free, bro.
Yeah,
that is not happening.
It's crazy.
You got to pay for the bus. You got to pay to get on the bus.
It's funny, man. Like,
all that shit.
Like somebody we know is a teacher, and she was telling us, for instance, that like kids nowadays have
Man.
very, very short attention spans. And I thought like we did when we were younger.
Yeah.
But it's not even as bad as like it's even worse now. Like these kids are drinking Prime. They're drinking Logan Paul's Prime, which has almost 200 milligrams of caffeine. That's
crazy.
almost 3 cups of coffee, and they're like half the size of us, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe less than that.
I'd shit my pants if I drank that. I'm not even joking with you.
I would have a heart attack. And
Yeah.
they're drinking that, and they're starting their day, and they're going to the classroom. The whole time they have their phones, and they're on their phones. And I'm just like, how the fuck are they learning anything? How
They're
are
not.
they learning math? How are they learning how to read? Can they read a book?
And no, dude, they'll be having like fucking first grade reading levels, like in
Yeah.
4th grade. And then also, now that they have to do all this work on the computers, they don't take their phones anymore. They let them wear headphones. They let them use their phones. They let them, because they can just say, I'm doing homework.
Yeah.
So, like, back in the day, at least you kind of had to pay attention, even if you didn't want to. Like, they would
Yeah, 'cause
take,
they would take your phone.
and make you pay for it.
Yeah. Make you pay
Which
for it,
was
crazy.
annoying, you know, but like, that's how you at least forced kids to sort of pay attention.
Yeah.
Now they don't even have to. Like, it's not even close. They could do whatever they want. They could cheat.
And I don't even
Google everything.
I don't blame the teachers, because if you have 30 kids in a classroom, how are you supposed to take everybody's phone up? It's very inefficient if you like have to spend 5 or 10 minutes every single day in
Yeah.
class taking every individual's phone.
Especially if they all have the attention spans of squirrels.
Yeah.
So they're all like, they all need special attention and stuff, and you can't give special attention to all of them.
Yeah.
And the worst kids end up getting the most special attention, and then the rest of them are just like, well, we're just all dumb. On average, we're just all dumber.
So now we're cutting funding for, even though the teachers already are not incentivized to do a good job because they're not paid enough. So now we're cutting funding for the rest of the shit.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's just like, you're going to have 50 kids in your classroom and you're not going to make no money.
And I have, my mom works in a school, and my cousin also works in a school, and both of them have told me that the teachers are just younger and younger and younger. Like,
Yeah.
people are retiring, and there's not qualified people that stay in the industry long enough in their career to...
They are burnt the fuck out.
to move to like good, like a you know, like a fucking, if you're a physics or something in a
Do you
high
guys-
school class,
do
you
you guys
gotta have a good
remember,
teacher.
like our teachers? We had teachers who were like 20, 30-year teachers.
Yeah.
Who were very like educated and experienced.
It was
you
a
know what
thing
I
when
mean?
we had like fine teachers or like younger teachers. Like that was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
It was. It
And there was
wasn't
only a
very
few.
often.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
like 1
very
in
rare.
10.
Most
would
of
be
the
like
teachers
that.
were like very experienced people, or people who had like, even people who had like master's degrees and shit.
Yeah.
Who decided to like teach high school, right?
Yeah.
Like we had very experienced people. Now it's like we have people coming in who are just like they're just trying to get anybody in the door.
Yeah.
You know,
Someone who
because
just
there's such a
graduated,
shortage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, HISD, they handing out bands, right? If you want to be a teacher, they handing out like 70,000 right now because they
That's
need
pretty
it.
good.
I'll go be a teacher to get 3
No,
months
you
off.
don't.
The
bro,
stress
nah.
sounds
Brother, they get 5
awful.
months off. Like they get like 4.5 months off the entire year.
But it's
Stress,
like that
that's
because the
awesome.
stress and the job is
Yeah,
just
it's
not
a
even
lot.
worth
I do
it.
not want to discipline kids like that, especially bad kids at public school.
I don't even want to watch 1 or 2 kids. I gotta watch fucking like 20.
No, you got to watch,
17?
depending on like the grade, you might have to watch 200 on a daily basis.
Oh my gosh, 200. Oh, just because they're cycling.
Because
Yeah,
there's like
just
7
the cycles.
classrooms.
If you're
Yeah.
a teacher, I mean an art teacher or something like that. Because then the other way they're just flip flopping back and forth.
even
like, for those
even if
core
you're just like a
classes.
math teacher, you don't
Yeah.
have the same class every period.
No, I mean yeah,
You got
depends-
6 periods.
That's true. That's true.
So
Unless
you're
you do
fucked.
elementary.
Different kids have different issues. So you might have some that like have more behavioral issues, some
Exactly.
that are like slower learners. You might have a classroom of really smart kids who you really don't need to tell much. So it might be like a mix of a bunch of shit.
And the family that I know that like I have direct opinions from public schools is they're all elementary school. I wonder what like the high school kids are. I wonder what they're up to now. Because yeah, like you said,
I don't know.
they got all these periods and stuff. The teachers are probably shittier, and then they're also probably paying attention way less because they're like, I just got 45 minutes to kill.
Yeah.
in here.
I don't know. I mean, I'd be interested to
wonder
like,
how that's going.
ask kids in high school about just their opinions about shit.
Yeah.
You know, like what do they think about like the world? Like what do they want to do? Like what are their dreams and shit?
I would say the high schoolers, we're not too far from them. Like they're sort of like us mentally. Because my sister she's about to graduate from college, and she's like, we're kind of similar on a lot of things.
They're
But
halfway between the young people and us.
yeah. Like we're not like, I can still have a conversation with like her about the world. But middle school, elementary school, bro, I don't know what the fuck they talking about.
Those kids are for real drinking prime and like
Those kids are robots. For
real.
They are like AI machines.
like Roblox. Like I don't want a basketball. I want fucking Fortnite money.
Give me a laptop.
It's truly. It's different. It's a different world
Skibbity
now.
toilet kids.
Skibbity
man.
toilet kids.
Skibbity toilet kids, dude.
toilet
And when the
kids.
Rizzler runs for president in 30 years, 40 years,
Yeah.
bro, clean sweep.
I'd vote for the Rizzler.
I'd vote for him.
You know me as the
All you have to do
Rizzler.
is get up there and go.
You know me as the Rizzler. I'm the Panther dressed in black. Vote for me. Vote for me, dog. Vote for me, dog.
Rizzler,
Fucking mewing and shit.
that dude. What is mewing?
It's when you go like this.
That's what that's called.
No, mewing is like
Or is
it's
it
like
the-
a
it's the
jaw
other one?
exercise to make your jaw more chiseled.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're mute up.
It's to be more alpha.
Yeah.
Okay, of course. Because the bigger the
You
jaw,
don't want to be a beta.
the stronger the man.
You don't need beta, but it's
Don't wanna be
also okay
beta.
to be a sigma, which means you go your own way.
Yeah, because Sigma,
Apparently.
Sigma is just like you're just a low key alpha or something like that, or you're just an alpha.
That's what
man.
people say.
You
Sigma,
just watch everybody.
Sigma is alpha, but a sigma is not an alpha.
because he's too strong to be an
Of course,
alpha.
of
He's too
course.
cool to be an alpha.
Yeah.
All
Exactly.
sigmas are alphas, but not all alphas are sigmas.
Yeah,
So you got
exactly.
one of those frog and toad situation.
Want them to be like cousins, not twins.
Well, man, this is a crazy world.
Have you guys seen anything interesting recently? Any good movies?
Have I seen anything interesting? I saw a 60-year-old man get punched repeatedly on a national stage, on a global stage.
Fucking Mike Tyson, man.
Dude, I honestly, and you know what's stupid? I didn't watch the first 2 rounds. When I got
You
in,
missed the good shit.
because brother, it was, I guess because everyone tuned in as soon as it started.
Yeah.
I could not get in that fucking stream.
No, it was the whole stream.
It was-
like even the undercard stuff was kind of fucking up.
Well, when I was watching the undercard stuff, it was working for me. But as soon as they were going on, like as soon as they started bringing them up, everything
Yeah.
started lagging for me, and it legitimately lagged and like froze for like 20 minutes.
So frustrating.
And so when it came back, it was the 3rd round. It was like midway through the 3rd round.
it wasn't that way only for you either. It was like for pretty much everybody watching that kept happening to them. And it's like,
Yeah.
Netflix, come on, man. You're a huge media company. You got to be able to like provide this type of live streaming service if you want to like dive into this shit fully as a business.
Yeah, this is a new venture for them, and it did not go that great. I guess maybe they thought that, not that many people would tune in.
Jake Paul said 100 million people. I'm not sure if that's true.
I don't believe no number that comes out that man's mouth.
I might believe. I don't know.
I believe millions.
I believe
Yeah.
I don't know
millions.
if it's 100 million.
I
I believe for sure. I'll give you about a good like 35, 40.
That's
because-
a fuck ton of people.
That's still a lot of people. That's why that bitch was not working.
it's a 1/10 of America. What was like the norm? Like in a big Conor McGregor versus Khabib fight or something.
I don't
not
know.
that many.
like
I
a
don't know.
Floyd Mayweather big fight,
I mean,
Canelo fight.
Super Bowl is like what, 130 million, 140
Yeah.
million people?
Fuck no, there's no 100 million watching this damn fight. Then
Oh no, not at all.
if
Not
the
at all.
Super Bowl's 130 million, no way,
Might,
Jose.
might be 150. Super Bowl's a lot. Super
Super Bowl's
that's the
crazy,
most. I think.
and that's the people that they
Or
can
is it-
count. You got to talk about the people that are illegally streaming that motherfucker.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a good amount now.
Yeah.
That's getting bigger.
That's
and
probably
bigger.
well, not more than, but it's a good amount.
It's a good amount.
Yeah, but I'll say the Jake Paul and Tyson fight probably outranked most boxing fights we'll see, like numbers wise.
I mean, it's Tyson. It's like old legend against this young dude.
Old legend.
Everybody knows Mike Tyson though. Yesterday I was at the barbershop.
Rocky Balboa.
And
age,
everyone wants to see him knock him out. Everyone
I was at
wanted
the
that.
barbershop. My barbers, they're Vietnamese. They don't really know like. They barely know any English. And it's
Yeah.
like I was talking to my barber and he was like basically trying to ask me like, what I'm doing tonight. And I was telling him I watched the Mike Tyson fight. And then like all the other barbers started chiming in like, oh, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
It's like 'cause everybody knows Mike Tyson like
Yeah.
across any culture. It's like one of those people. It's like a cultural figure that is just known across the world.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows who he is.
It's like if MJ did 1-on-1. he tried to go 1-on-1.
Yeah, MJ did 1-on-1 with fucking somebody on YouTube or something.
Jokic, not Jokic, Luka or something.
with John Morant.
No, but someone who people don't like. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's no athlete that people don't really
I can't
like.
think of
like
one off
that.
the top of my head,
But-
but yeah, it.
Honestly, I was sad watching that. Like
It was.
Yeah.
that shit bummed me out, bro. He's old. Like you can see, like he's trying to fucking defend himself, and like his mobility is not what he's, especially in his legs. It was
Oh my
real
God,
bad.
His legs were made of stone. He just couldn't move them. They were so heavy.
He was
bro.
stagnant. Dude. He was just he
Yeah.
just kept like rotating. He wasn't really moving around the ring very much.
No footwork, pretty much. He moved his head a little bit, but he took a lot of damage for a 58-year-old.
Bro,
man.
after the 5th round, it was over.
Oh,
like
it
the
was-
fight was just done.
The last 2 rounds were genuinely made me sad. I
Yeah.
was watching that. I was like, dude, this is what are we coming to? Like we're watching a
gets to-
60-year-old man
Yeah, that's what
fight
I'm saying.
this guy.
Like it gets to a point where like if I'm Jake Paul, sure it's a lot of money and a lot of attention, but I'm like, do I really want to fight a 50-year-old?
It's crazy.
It's because he gets the clout from doing it, and he says he can say I beat Mike Tyson, I beat the greatest boxer or one of the greatest boxers.
Yeah.
And
But-
it's like, bro, you beat him at 58 years old.
And ended up turning on him because now he couldn't even. Dude, he pulled back heavily, like for a good amount of the fight because he legitimately would have killed him. Like, not even joking.
I don't think he pulled back.
You don't think he pulled back?
Nah, I don't.
I think he was trying to be cautious too. Like I could tell that Jake Paul was being a little bit more cautious versus like when he's fought other people.
Yeah.
I think because he still felt that like Mike Tyson has power. Like
that's what
probably
yeah.
like if he got in a little too close,
Mike
Mike
would check
Tyson
him.
probably could have knocked him out.
Yeah.
I'm not
Those
gonna
last
lie.
3 rounds, bro, Mike Tyson was not gonna knock him out, dude. Mike Tyson was gassed, bro. He was like
was
exhausted. You could see
real
it in his
gassed.
face. He was
Bro,
like,
that first round he came out, he was hopping around and shit. He was
Yeah.
going. I was like, all right,
Bro,
Mike.
the first 2 rounds, he was
moving.
firing him up.
I saw some highlights. He caught him with a few good ones.
His
Like
head was moving a lot
For sure,
I was
yeah.
like, all right, go ahead, Mike. And then
The very first punch Mike landed on him, I could see like Jake Paul's reaction. Like was like, holy shit! Like I didn't think this guy would hit that fucking hard.
where
Yeah.
you did the tongue out thing.
No, that was like the second or third punch. The first
Yeah.
punch, like he did like this, and he like backed up.
Nah, it was a
He's
good
like-
hit.
He's like, what the
Man.
fuck? Like,
But by the third round, I was like, dude, if he like just didn't slow down and just went all gas for like 30
Yeah.
seconds, dude, he'd be done.
I was
He'd
telling
be
Gio,
cooked.
I
But it would have looked bad. It ended up backfiring on him because who
Bro.
wants to win in that situation at that point?
It's so ass, man. I want to see Jake Paul fight like a real, legitimate boxer, bro. Like
Yeah.
fight somebody like Deontay Wilder. Fight an actual established boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you want to
That's
be like
in
serious
that's
in the
their
sport.
prime, like still fighting. Not somebody that just retired and they've been fighting in fucking Thailand or some shit.
I mean, and it's entertaining because it's like these what if situations, like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, but also like how have they been getting away with getting these shitty opponents? They've been getting
been doing
like
it for
the
so
worst.
long.
Well, I mean, Floyd Mayweather was a good one.
That motherfucker fought Nate Robinson.
Who? Oh
Jake
yeah,
Paul.
yeah, dude.
That is, you are not serious.
And that knockout
Oh,
was
wait.
fishy.
That was he was the one who knocked out Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that was nasty.
Nate Robinson, the curly-haired guy, right?
The
The one-
basketball
Nate Robinson, the basketball player.
Oh,
Basketball
I'm
player.
tripping. Who was the guy? Never mind. Someone else.
I don't know. I don't know who he fought. I don't know who else he fought.
It was another UFC fighter that had like curly hair. He used to be really good.
Ben Askren.
Ben
He got
Askren.
knocked out.
Yeah.
Tyron Woodley got knocked out.
Nate
like
Robinson?
the names we're saying, bro, are just horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
This is the
and
worst- the
they were
lowest
all
of the
old
low.
as hell. Like I remember Woodley was like maybe like late 30s, probably 40s or something. I don't know.
I mean, and there's a big
you're
difference
not a
when you're
serious guy, bro.
when you're 25 and they're like 40. Like it doesn't seem like it's that big of an age gap, but it's a huge.
absolute-
It's
it's a
boxing.
huge
You're
jump.
in your physical prime versus somebody who's on the decline.
Yeah, and it's super cardio intensive. It's a lot of mobility shit. It's like, what do it's like trying to race him in track or something. It's like
Yeah.
it's not the same thing. It's
Fight
like,
Anthony Joshua.
yeah.
Then I'll talk to you.
Play some ping pong. Then that'll be an
Play
equal
some-
match. Then they don't have to
some
move a
ping
lot.
pong.
You can't fucking let's do hurdles while you're 45.
How about you go swim some laps and then we start fighting?
Yeah, dude, it was crazy.
That's why I think
It
like
was a
people,
fucking Jake Paul dude.
people have lost a lot of interest and respect for boxing because of shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
it's just- the fights are just not as dynamic because of these like spectacle type shits that people don't really pay attention or care as much for the bigger fights that are still around.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're so far and few between for people like Canelo, for people like Anthony Joshua, for people like Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. These things don't happen as often as they used to. And now it's like UFC is filling the gap because I think the fights are more dynamic.
Yeah.
It's only 3 rounds. Championship is 5, so they're very short fights relatively. It goes quickly, and you're using all types of dynamics. You're fucking wrestling, you're kicking them, you're kneeing them, you're elbowing them.
I will say boxing, I think, can come back only because I think UFC is having like a star problem.
They are. Yes.
Whereas
they are.
boxing, I have like 3 guys I can name that I'm like, okay, I'll watch them fight.
That
but
Ryan
then that's about
Garcia
it.
dude.
Ryan, not Ryan Garcia.
No, I
I'll
don't
see
know.
Davis fight.
Yeah, I'd see Tank
Um,
Davis
Yeah,
fight.
Tank.
I'll see Tyson Fury jump around a little
I
bit.
see
if he
Errol
wants to
Canelo's
fight.
a fun
Spence,
Yeah,
Crawford,
Spence.
Canelo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, boxing has its fighters, like I said, but
but
they
they
just-
gotta fight each other.
And it's
they
not,
have to fight each other and they have to fight more often.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Canelo only fight every 2 years, and that motherfucker on DAZN, and he fighting in Mexico.
Yeah.
What the fuck I'm gonna do with that?
DAZN. DAZN sounds like a pizza, like a fucking frozen pizza brand or something.
It's not pizza. It's the zone.
It's the zone.
DAZN.
Yeah, man. Like UFC is way less. It's not. It's technical, of course, but it's like more of a spectacle. Like boxing is less of a spectacle. So like people don't want to care about the technicality of the
Yeah.
boxing and stuff. They want to see people just like grappling each other and punching nonstop. So who the hell wants to watch boxing when UFC exists?
And somebody will get knocked out.
So it's going to
fast.
keep declining. But boxing is the safe man's way into fighting each other.
Yeah.
And so these celebrities are like, all right, let's do boxing. I'm not going to do UFC. What are you, crazy?
What are you?
Somebody's-
somebody going to kick me in the
Kill
face?
me or fucking choke me out.
Let's put boxing gloves on it. We can pretend, okay? Don't grab my ankle. And so UFC is like it's weird, man. It's weird.
Oh my god, bro.
The two differences between these two fighting sports, crazy.
Man, It's over.
It's over.
It's over. I don't even know who he fights now. Like, there's no clear person anymore. Like, Mike Tyson was like the dream get. He got it. All right.
I saw
Pacquiao?
something earlier today. He was talking about he was calling out Conor McGregor. I don't know
wanna
if that
see
will
that
ever
shit.
happens. I don't want to see it.
I'd like to see that.
If Conor McGregor fights, I want to see him fight in the UFC. I don't want to see him fight in boxing or anywhere else. I want to see him fight somebody in the UFC.
Actually, I'd be fine with Connor.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with Connor.
That
Because
would
then
be-
there'll be two people I want to see get knocked out. So I'm
Whoever
all right.
loses, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm chill.
Yeah.
He will make a fight legitimately entertaining.
Yeah.
I feel like, regardless of whatever happens, Conor McGregor is going to make it entertaining.
Yeah. But we did see him box, and his boxing wasn't.
That's
the
why I said I don't want to
Wasn't
see him
great.
box. It has to be
Yeah.
MMA if he fights. Like I don't want to see
And
him
there ain't no
boxing.
fucking way one of them Paul brothers started doing some UFC shit.
That would be
Yeah.
nuts.
Because
Because
puncher's luck. You have puncher's luck. You don't
Yeah.
have fucking guillotine luck.
bro, they
Like,
will
you're
kick
not-
the shit out of you.
You're not gonna accidentally catch him with a kick to the face or a fucking.
Yeah.
Literally, as soon as the bell rings, I'm just trying to choke you out.
Yeah, they're going straight for your thigh
Yeah.
and your knee, and they're gonna fucking tear you down, dude.
Imagine
and then
that,
they're gonna
bro,
hop
like-
on your back and ride you around the ring.
You have to fucking fight like a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like,
Yeah.
bro, they're gonna fucking kick you and then they're gonna take you down and just choke the shit out of you.
That's exactly what'll happen every time. Because even if it's not their expertise,
Yeah.
they're still gonna be way, way better than you.
Yeah, I feel like now, like UFC fighters have evolved to the point where they're pretty well rounded. Like, there's
Yeah.
still some fighters who are much more dominant in certain areas versus others. Like, there's some who are much more like striking dominant, and that's their thing.
Yeah.
And that's what they're known for. But most of the best UFC fighters now are very well rounded. They have good wrestling. They have good jiu-jitsu. They have good striking. They have good grappling. Like, they know how to do everything, and that's what makes the sport more exciting, in my opinion.
Because they have to make the rounds. They got to fight all the different people. They got to know how
Yeah.
to counter
And
everybody.
if you're deficient in one thing, that guy's gonna hammer you on the shit. He's gonna
Yeah.
fuck you over. He's gonna take you to hell.
Yeah, because you see it. You see the announcer. I mean, I don't watch a ton of UFC, but I watch a decent amount with AB and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can see that they're like, oh yeah, and he was training for this exact like scenario or this exact type of kick that this guy does all the time. You know.
Yeah,
So
it's
they
much-
know
it's much more
what's going
dynamic.
on.
How old is Adesanya?
He's
Or how
at-
much does he
he's
weigh?
At 34, 35. Adesanya?
Yeah.
He's up. He fights at 185,
Damn.
which is like
I
middleweight.
need somebody.
You wanna go fight him,
200. I need 200 pounds. I need him to get 200.
Who's
He tried to
200
fight.
pounds?
Adesanya tried to fight at 200 one time. He got his ass whooped because
Okay.
he just wasn't thick enough. He didn't put on enough weight.
Who was it? It was
He tried to fight a Polish guy named Jan Blachowicz.
Yeah, and he
Man,
He
that's,
got
man,
fucked
Nepal's
up,
got to
yeah.
fight somebody like crazy, like a Russian or like a Polish guy. They need to stop with all these other people.
Them Russians will fucking. Although they don't play, man.
They don't play.
They'll
They
kill
be
you,
trying to
bro.
joke around in the fucking in the interview. They be like, "I come here to fight."
We need more Kimbo slices, dude. We need more just
That
dudes
would've been
straight off the
great.
streets.
Oh,
But I will
man,
say, if Kimbo
RIP.
was alive, they would have tried to fight him.
And Kimbo would
would've
have
absolutely
That's
tried to fight him.
exactly where he would have cleaned up.
I don't know, bro.
Imagine-
Kimbo when he got
he didn't
old,
clean up in
Imagine-
UFC, but he would have cleaned up in there.
I feel like he would have got knocked out by Jake Paul.
yeah, I think he would have lost.
He would have been
bro.
very old now.
he would have been.
He would have been too old, and the drugs a little bit.
Yeah,
would've
he
got
most
to him.
certainly was an alcoholic, and it definitely took drugs and steroids and
He's
shit.
probably doing all kinds of shit.
yeah, he was
man.
probably doing everything.
Jake Paul is 227. I need somebody to get to 220, 225.
Jake Paul's 227.
Yeah,
Pretty fucking beefy, dude.
he's a stocky dude.
Motherfucker's on roids or something.
Motherfuckers in the bar talk about,
bro,
oh my
he's
god,
juiced, he's juiced off the tits.
Yeah,
man.
he's
He's
yeah.
juiced off the tits.
I could tell by his neck.
I mean, can we go back to Vine? When was that? That was like 7 years ago? These
No,
guys looked
no.
very
No,
Vine
bro, that was
was-
like
Vine was
12, 13.
more than a decade
Okay,
ago.
never
Yeah.
mind. That's why they look so different.
Yeah.
Well, because I recently saw a video of the two Paul brothers, and they look like chipmunks, bro. They look
Bro,
like fucking
Jake
Alvin
looked
and
like
the Chipmunks.
a little baby.
Yeah, they look like children. They look like
He said 7 years. That was
It's like 7
hilarious.
years ago.
they had something beautiful there. And they never
They
recreated
fucked it up,
And
bro.
Vine was such an amazing platform, bro.
Yeah.
Like
It was the best one.
I feel like that was like the precursor to TikTok, and then TikTok took it and they did their own thing with it. But Vine was just so special, man. Like you had literally 6 seconds, so you had to have such an impact in those 6 seconds.
Yeah, and the loop really did add a lot to it. It was just something beautiful about it. But that's the beginning of our ADHD. It was Vine.
Remember when they started doing vines that were like longer than 7 seconds?
Yeah,
Like they
did
figured out
10
how to break the
seconds.
system.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cool.
I think Vine just added a new feature that you could do a slightly longer one.
Nah,
Yeah.
I remember there was a guy, the guy that would do like the Obama impressions. Remember that black guy?
I remember the guy.
Yeah, he did like a vine that was like 15 seconds, and people were like, "How the fuck did he do that?"
You talking about Keegan?
Is his name Keegan?
No. Yeah, it's Key and Peele, dude.
Key and Peele.
Keegan Michael Key? Is that
Keegan Michael Key?
Yeah.
Have you not heard of him? They were in the Keanu movie.
They were in the smash hit
Keanu
blockbuster
movie.
action comedy Keanu.
Man, those guys had such a fun show, dude.
Yeah, they did.
That show was. You can tell they just had such a good time making
Any
that
episode
fucking
you
show.
put on, it's a great time. They don't hang out so much anymore now. It makes me sad.
Probably really busy.
Heard
Homeboy Jordan Peele's making fucking blockbusters, man.
And Keegan's in commercials.
Yeah, Keegan's in.
Oh, yeah, he's in hella commercials, right? I feel
Hella
like I see him-
commercials. He's
and
doing his
featured in a
thing.
million movies, and every movie he's in, he does a great job.
He does. He steals like almost
10
every
out of
scene.
10. Every
He's
single
hilarious.
time.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
I think
so
he's
funny.
underutilized. Like I feel like Jordan Peele could use him more in their content, but it'd have to be a comedic movie. Like I don't know if he could do like a full dramatic movie.
He could be the funny guy.
That would be hilarious.
Imagine him in a full dramatic Jordan
Nah,
Peele
that'd be
movie.
too weird.
I
His
couldn't do
daughter
it.
is like killed or something.
I
and
would
he's like-
have to see like that guy has just mannerisms, everything. Like he's fucking hilarious. Like I'd have to see him do a Jordan Peele movie.
He's a good actor though. Yeah,
He is a good actor.
Like his body movement, everything, his voice inflection, everything is just very funny about him. Where are we at? Because I got one more thing.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Did you guys see that the aliens are living underwater now?
I did see that. I heard about
We
it.
got another alien drop.
Wait, is
honey,
that-
wake up! We got an alien drop.
Is that real? Is that like reported? Like legit? There's aliens under the water.
So in
And
front of
ships.
Congress, four UFO experts testified. One of them is like an ex NASA official. One of them is like an ex Department of Defense official, and then there were two other people. I think like some journalist and someone else, like a scientist, or something like that. And they basically came forward and they said that we have evidence that like alien ships coming out of water and like being in the water, and apparently they were recovered from the water, and that apparently we have genetic non-human material. And they've been trying to like integrate that in like human DNA or something.
Yeah, because they said that there's some humans down there.
Yeah, they were saying that there's some.
And they fucking the humans.
They're fucking the humans.
and you know what they're doing.
If you want to get fucked by an alien, just go to the pier.
you don't know what they're doing down there. They're fucking the humans.
How do they find the people who volunteered to like?
They ain't volunteering.
Or no.
Snatch their ass.
They're probably not doing.
They
they're
put up
probably-
in a white
What
van.
if a sexy siren alien woman
That's-
comes out?
The mermaid.
Yeah.
What was the mermaid the whole time?
Yeah.
They all look like Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, I'm down there.
They all came
I'm down there tomorrow.
Right, every American,
I'll be at the water. Take me.
every American
Dive
man.
Take me in. Yeah. Die by the hands of a mermaid, Sydney Sweeney. That's what apparently they said that there's people basically who had affiliations with the government, like who worked for them or whatever.
Yeah.
That are getting disability checks due to damages or injuries they sustained
What are they doing to
from
them?
non-genetic UFO materials. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're trying to
Yo,
put
bro.
alien arms on their dick. I don't know what they're trying to do.
Like District 9 type shit.
I don't know. But basically he said that. And he also said that we're not the only ones who have recovered UFO material, and that apparently there's like a secret arms race going on with other countries. With
Hilarious.
UFO material. And let me tell you, wouldn't that be a great movie idea? If like two
Yeah.
countries were battling it out and they both recovered material, and it was two different types of material, and it's two different types of weapons, like
And so one
some
of them
new
figures
big
out.
invisible or some shit. Who
One of them
knows?
figures out how to make like a doomsday device.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be pretty cool? And they're,
I believe
they're
that's what the
battling
next
each other.
Avengers movies are about.
A doomsday device.
About all the countries finding like different alien shit, and they're gonna like fight each other. Whatever.
They got, well, what are they gonna? Yeah, if you find a secret laser gun,
You won.
you're saying, don't tell America about this. Don't tell China about this. Russia's like, put this in the coldest part, and we're gonna study
my
it.
God. I wish they would show pictures. Like, show me what
Bro,
they fucking look
I
like.
want a picture. I want a video. I want a TikTok of an
Something.
alien.
Live.
I need
Yeah.
a TikTok of an alien.
I want him to
Real
be
one.
holding a phone that like lets me know it's today. That is real.
I'll say this: all the alien videos that I've seen that look the most realistic,
Mm-hmm.
the alien ships all do act the same. You know, they're always like the ones that move very fast back and forth like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they move like much quicker than you can even see, and they kind of bounce around.
Yeah, because
Right?
back in the day, the videos, they used to be all about the lights. Everyone loved the lights. They loved the
Yeah.
pattern of the light. Oh, this one's a bunch of lights. Look
Yeah.
at this one. This one's one big light.
Yeah.
These are like, it's a tiny little dot. It's like, you know.
Zipping around.
Yeah, military videos, and it's like zipping around like crazy. So, like, apparently the highest G-force we can get to is like 30, 40 or something like that, like without dying. And then these are whipping around at like 1,000 or something.
Yeah, and they're going from like crazy altitudes within the span of seconds or something.
Yeah.
Like that, which you can't do with any type of craft that we have right now.
Ocean
Man.
would be a good place for them to hide if they're down there. Be a great
They
place
picked the
to
best
hide.
place.
Yeah.
Because the deep blue sea, nobody's going down there.
They'll never find you down there.
They'll never find you.
Yeah.
They're talking about there's
so
so many
vast,
species down there
right?
we've never seen. Bitch, it's the alien.
Yeah. Yeah, because they say that, like there's, I think like 98% of the ocean is unexplored.
Yeah.
And most of it is probably like just open, just ocean, you know, like not much going on there. But it's there. It's a lot of land that you can hang out with if you
thought
can
of, like,
go under there.
Being in the open ocean seems horrifying because I bet the waves are crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the middle of the ocean. I
Yeah.
bet they're super high and they're just choppy and it's going all on top of you. Like that seems like the thought of like going on a cruise and, for instance, like say falling off.
Oh
Bro,
my god.
You're done. They couldn't even look for you if they wanted to.
The fall
How?
alone, you're kind of done.
There was a good little bit
Low-key.
where people were having a good time jumping off these cruise ships.
Yeah.
There were so many viral videos of people jumping off the cruise ships for
That's
some reason.
crazy.
For like a year.
Were they doing it for fun or like?
Well, remember that one kid who the sharks ate him up?
Yeah.
The sharks gobbled him up real quick. He had just graduated. He said, "I live forever," and he jumped off the cruise ship, and they were in deep waters, in shark-infested waters. And I can swear, if you watch that video, it looks like a shark.
Oh.
It looks like there is a shark around. It's not confirmed, but they didn't find him.
I'm about to say they never found him.
No, they almost
So either it was the shark or the alien.
No,
Or the shark brought him to the alien.
could have been a shark. Could have been Sydney Sweeney with
Could
a
have been
tail.
Sydney Sweeney. They were like, yo, we got prime meat right here.
We got prime meat.
Man, put me down there with Sydney Sweeney.
We're gonna
Bitch,
turn
I'm
him
not
into
coming back.
another Sydney Sweeney. When they take you over, they turn you into Sydney Sweeney, and then you're out there looking like Sydney Sweeney.
Could she
Sydney
just,
Sweeney forever.
Yeah.
could she just be in every movie?
Let's put her in all the movies.
That would
dude.
make every movie gross more than $100 million easily.
It is pretty funny that you just if you put a
Man.
big boob girl in there. I
Keep
think
the
it'll
boobs
work.
away. Keep the boobs out.
Keep the boobs out.
I'm tired of seeing her boobs, bro.
Yeah, me too. Tired
I've
of
seen
seeing
her
fucking
boobs damn
face.
near in every movie she's in.
It's she's been in a lot
It's
recently.
what America wants. It's most palatable to them. She's a white woman. She has big breasts,
Yeah.
right? She's
Big
blonde
breasts,
and
yeah.
she has colored eyes.
That's
what
as
America
American
wants.
as fucking apple pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what America wants.
And America used to love it, and they love it now. Just a dummy. They love a nice girl who looks like she's ditzy and is a little bit ditzy.
Let me ask you, do you
Yeah.
think she has range? Like, do you think she's a decent actress?
No.
Or not,
I don't know.
Not at all.
No.
What if they put her like in a? No, they put her in a horror movie. What if they not put her? I mean, she didn't have the range for a comedy. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you,
I
she's
never
not
watched
funny.
it.
They're not natural. Neither of them. They're not naturals at all. Actually, him much more than
I
her.
think Glenn Powell's funny.
Yeah, Glenn Powell is actually much funnier than she was. But
Yeah.
but the lines were really bad. But she just doesn't have like
She's
the
a-
timing and the.
She's a goober, bro.
Yeah.
Her role in Euphoria, it should be her typecast.
She's just like. And what do you have to say about that? Like every line is like that. It's every single one is like that. Yeah.
I'm not
a little bit of
surprised at all.
Sydney.
I didn't say that. Like, all of them is just that stupid. Yeah.
That long ass drawl.
Yeah, it's
Nah.
that Valley Girl shit.
Oh, Euphoria. Season 3 is starting.
Oh, I know they were
Wait.
fucking stomping on the
Wait, they're
ground when they
starting
heard
to
that.
I
film
think they're
it, or
starting
it's
to
gonna
shoot.
get released?
I did,
They
they'll probably
confirmed it's
release
gonna
it
get
like
released.
next year or something.
You think?
Yeah, or in 2
Motherfucker,
years.
He got a month to write this.
Nah, I think they said they started
he'll do it.
shooting.
Have you guys been keeping up with the Penguin?
That dude will fucking write that bitch at dinner.
I got halfway through and it's phenomenal, but I haven't caught up all the way yet. It's really good.
Ending is fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I saw him in his suit.
Oh, they start production in January.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah. So so he must have had it cooking. He must have been hatching that egg.
just
Bro,
him by himself.
That Euphoria writer is such a douchebag, bro.
Yeah.
What he did with the second season was awful. Like these long scenes of unbroken like conversation. I'm like, dude, you're not fucking Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
You're not Christopher Nolan. You cannot write dialogue.
and
Stop.
fuck him. Fuck
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino.
Don't
by
do
the
it.
way.
We're talking
I'm
about
tired
that.
of him talking.
A gay son and dad combo, and
It was good the first season,
It was
but then the
great.
second season he just lost track of whatever the fuck was happening.
he just tried to give too many characters long monologues.
Too many like stupid storylines, and none of the characters like overlapped, so they would have long periods of time where they weren't together, and like that's
Yeah.
what made the first season specials. Like there were the groups of people who were together and like doing their things, and like that's what made it pop out. And then
Bro.
he gave that fucking douchebag singer
Oh
a
my
fucking
God.
10-minute scene. Of
He's all right. He's all right.
Nah,
I
fuck
do
him.
like Dominic
His
Fike.
stupid ass apple tattoo on his face. is-
Bowie
Hey.
Box is a good song. Bowie
Fuck
Box is a good
Dominic.
song.
Dominic.
Coast to coast.
I don't want to say it.
Dominic or Dominic Dyke.
One might
Either
say
one.
that.
Either
I didn't
one.
say that, but
I
one
wouldn't say that
Oh
either.
my
I wouldn't say
God.
something like that.
I would never say those words.
Yeah. Also, I don't even know if lesbian chicks that do fall into that category. I don't think they even care. I don't think they're offended by that term at all, are they?
Wait, who's the lesbian?
like a dyke.
Oh nah.
Like I don't think I've never heard. I've heard of people being referred to as dykes a million times. I've never heard them be like, I don't like that at all.
yeah, it's like Dyke and Stud is like it's
Yeah,
clear.
stud is actually much cooler.
Watch
than
us
dyke.
make
I
a
like
clip.
stud.
Watch us make a clip of that, and then people take it and they're just like,
Let's bleep
"You,
that.
you piece of garbage!
piece of-
How
let's bleep
dare
that.
you!"
Hey, unless you're you're a gay butch woman, then don't tell me shit.
Yeah, unless you look like Ellen DeGeneres, don't tell me nothing.
That is not
Look,
your specific category to
Yeah.
Her
speak
little
up for.
mean ass.
Yeah, her little mean ass.
Little mean ass.
No, she doesn't deserve to call herself a stud. That's a sham of a woman.
Oh my god.
That's a puppet woman. Ventriloquist dummy.
All right, that's a good note to end on.
All right.
Screw you, Ellen.
Sorry if anyone got offended. Bye.
Bye, guys.